How long does it take an expansion team to win a Stanley Cup in NHL 24? Now, we did do this last year, and I don't really remember how many years it took, but I think it was up to like 10 years. We simulated along, let the computers make decisions every single season, and it took a really long time. Now, here in NHL 24, we are going to be finding out with the Nebraska Wieners, the newest team in the NHL, the 33rd team, I believe. My hometown team, of course, they're going to be expanding there, so I'm very happy about that. Basically, what we're going to do is I'm going to pick the team throughout the expansion draft, and then I cannot do anything else. I have to leave it up to the computers to build a Stanley Cup contending roster, which, I mean, honestly sounds like a horrible idea. We could be here up to 25 seasons, as that is the max length. So let's head straight to the expansion draft in 2023. Alright, so here we are in the expansion draft. We can select one player from pretty much every single franchise. So let's go straight to the Anaheim Ducks first. They have guys like Kevin Shattenkirk, Jacob Silfverberg. I'm going to go with Jacob Silfverberg, 80 overall, 32 years old. Now for the Arizona Coyotes, also don't have very much to offer, really. I guess I'm going to go with Josh Brown, who's a 79 overall, 29. Actually, no, I'm going to go with Connor Mackey. Now for the Boston Bruins, they have guys like Tyler Bertuzzi, Dmitry Orlov, Matt Grzelcyk. I guess this roster is last year's roster because David Krejci, I don't believe, is here. And Tyler Bertuzzi is literally on Toronto right now. You know what? Instead, I'm going to go with Jeremy Swayman. He's only 24 years old, 86 overall. He still has tons of room to grow. Now for the Buffalo Sabres, who am I going to pick here? You know what? Instead, I'm going to go with Casey Middlestat. This dude dominated the World Juniors back in the day. Still very young, only 24 years old, 83 overall. Now for the Calgary Flames, I'm obviously going to take Dustin Wolf. He's medium elite potential, 77 overall already. He's only 22 years old, very young. Now for the Carolina Hurricanes, I think I'm going to go with, I don't know if I want to go with Brady Shea or Shane Gostisbehere. You know what? I'm going to go with Gostisbehere. He is 1 year older, but he's the same overall. Now for the Chicago Blackhawks, I am going to select Caleb Jones, 26 years old, 80 overall. From the Colorado Avalanche, I got to go with Samuel Girard. He's 25 years old, decent overall, as he's an 85. Now for the Columbus Blue Jackets, honestly, they only have really defensemen to pick from here. I'm going to take Damon Severson, 28 years old, 85 overall. Now for the Dallas Stars, I am going to take Max Domi from them, 84 overall, 28 years old. Now from the Red Wings, I think I'm going to go with Philip Zadina, 80 overall, 23 years old. Hasn't really panned out so far in the NHL, but maybe a change of scenery. Now from the Edmonton Oilers, who do I want to go with here? Clean Costin, still very young, 24 years old. I'm going to go with him. He's technically not on the Oilers anymore, but this is last season's roster. Now from the Florida Panthers, I am going to go with Gustav Forsling. From the LA Kings, I'm going to take Victor Arvidsson, and I'm going to take Ryan Hartman from the Minnesota Wild. From Montreal, I don't really know who to pick here. I mean, we could take Jake Allen, as we do need another goalie, but no, it's screw it. I'm going to go with Josh Anderson. He is pretty old. He's almost 30 years old. From the Nashville Predators, I'm going to take Tyson Barrie, 84 overall, 31 years old. We now have 7 defense on our roster, so we definitely need to start picking some forwards here, like Tyler Toffoli, 87 overall. I'm definitely going to select him. From the New York Islanders, I think I'm going to take Josh Bailey, 82 overall. Obviously, from the New York Rangers, I'm going to have to take Vladimir Tarasenko, 86 still. From Ottawa, I think I'm going to take Cam Talbot, 83 overall, starting goalie. I'm going to select Cam Atkinson from the Philadelphia Flyers, 84 overall, 34 years old, so he is pretty old. From the Pittsburgh Penguins, I am going to select Riley Smith, the brother of Brendan Smith, who I actually met in real life in Montreal. It was actually pretty cool. We got to meet a bunch of the New York Rangers players as their bus was literally right in front of us. Now from the San Jose Sharks, who do I want to take here? Who is there even to take, honestly? San Jose is a poverty franchise. I'm going to have to go with Kevin LeBanc. From the Seattle Kraken, I am going to select Daniel Sprong. Oh my god, Daniel Sprong is only 26 years old. This dude has been in NHL video games since like NHL 13 or 12, but I think I'm going to go with Oliver Borkstrand, 84 overall, 28 years old. He is a winger. From the St. Louis Blues, I'm going to select Kasperi Kapanen. So I think I'm going to go with Alex Killorn. Kind of old, 33 years old, 84 overall, but welcome to the team. Now, from the Toronto Maple Leafs, I have to go with Ryan O'Reilly. We only have 2 centers on our team right now, so he is the perfect guy to go after. 86 overall, 32 years old. I believe he's a two-way forward. You know what? Instead of taking Alex Killorn from the Tampa Bay Lightning, I'm going to go back here and take Eric Chernak. He's younger. He should be able to grow a little bit and help out our decor. And from the Vancouver Canucks, I'm going to select Tyler Myers, 81 overall, 33 years old. From the Vegas Golden Knights, I am going to select William Karlsson, still pretty young. I mean, he is 30, but he's an 85. Now, for some reason, when I try to select Connor Brown from the Washington Capitals, it tells me I have too few of goaltenders and defenders, so I don't really understand what I'm going to have to do. I guess I'll just take a goalie from Washington. I mean, if you look down at the bottom right, we have 9 out of 9 defense selected. It does allow me to take Connor Ingram from Washington, and now finally for the Winnipeg Jets, I guess I'm going to have to select another defenseman, so I'm going to take Brandon Dillon, 82 overall, and there it is, boys. Finish the expansion draft. Here is the final roster of the Year 1 Nebraska Wieners. We have some very good players and some very bad players on our team. We should simulate pretty decently. I don't know if we'll make the playoffs, but we'll be like a mid-team. Hopefully the computer can now build from this roster and turn us into a Stanley Cup contender in under the 25 seasons that we have to simulate here. All right, so here is our opening night roster of year number 1, as we have Riley Smith, Ryan O'Reilly, and Tyler Toffoli on the first line. We also have Vladimir Tarasenko, William Karlsson, and Victor Arvidsson on the second line. Connor Brown's down there. We signed him, I believe, in the offseason. Also Max Domi and Cam Atkinson. And for the fourth line, we have Borkstrand, Middlestad, and Kevin LeBanc. Honestly, a pretty good forward core. I mean, we don't have any like great players. Now, defensively, we have Samuel Girard, Eric Chernak, Damon Severson, Brandon Dillon, Forsling, and Tyson Barrie. And for goalies, obviously, we have Jeremy Swayman as our starter, and Dustin Wolf is going to be the backup, 77 overall. Hopefully, in like 2 to 3 years, once he becomes a much higher overall. He's got medium elite potential, so he should get there. So let's go ahead and simulate to see how long it takes an expansion team to win a Stanley Cup in NHL 24. If you guys do enjoy videos like this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I post pretty much every second day. I also do a lot of live streams on my channel, so look out for that. Make sure you have the bell notification on, or whatever the hell it's called, in order you don't miss a single video or stream on the channel. So at the end of year number 1, the Nebraska Wieners are actually going to end up making the playoffs as we go 42, 35, and 5. Good enough for 89 points on the season. 5 teams in the Pacific Division made the playoffs. I mean, it was looking rough at the beginning of the year, honestly. We were not doing that good, but we ended up turning it around. Toronto was the best team in the NHL, winning 55 games. Where were we at here? We were pretty far down, honestly. The 18th best team in the entire NHL. Were we the worst team to make the playoffs? No, that was the Anaheim Ducks. Vladimir Tarasenko is going to lead our team in scoring with 34 goals and 71 points, followed by Tyler Toffoli, 70. He was a -10, though. William Karlsson was up there with 59. Ryan O'Reilly, 51. Domi, 49. Arvidsson, 47. Riley Smith, 44. Goals on our team, Toffoli had 29, Max Domi actually had 23, Arvidsson had 20, Riley had 17. Now for our goalies, Swayman played 64 games, going 34, 24, and 4, 3 shutouts, and pretty good stats overall. Sidney Crosby is going to end up leading the entire NHL in scoring with 116 points, followed by Evgeny Malkin's 109. Kaprizov was up there, Zibanejad, Mitch Marner, Jake Gensel, and Brad Marchand. Now for goals in the NHL, Kaprizov is going to lead with 54, followed by Matthews, 53. Crosby had 52. A very good season from Sid the Kid, 36 years old. Ovi had 51. The old-timers are still kicking it. Zibanejad, 51. Rantanen was up there. Bergeron, Pateri. What? Why on earth is Bergeron still playing in the NHL right now? He's literally retired. Put up 42 goals and 92. This is a created one, too. Well, I guess Bergeron has not decided to call it a career just yet. And in the first round of the playoffs, we are going to have to play the Vancouver Canucks. We would end up losing in 6 games to the Vancouver Canucks as the Minnesota Wild go all the way, beating Tampa Bay in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. Crosby is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy, while the Maurice Richard is going to go to Kaprizov, the Norris to Cale Makar, the Lady Bing to Mitch Marner, and the Conn Smythe is going to go to Boldy. Also, Connor Bedard is going to win the Calder, the Vezina is going to go to Connor Hellebuyck, and the Selke will go to Anze Kopitar. So here is our roster heading into year number 2. On our first line, we have Karlsson, Toffoli, and Bailey. It looks like Ryan O'Reilly has kind of trailed off. Vladimir Tarasenko, you know what? You're going up on the first line, buddy. You are our leading goal scorer and point scorer, so you should be up there. I guess I'm going to have to trade Cam Talbot because Dustin Wolf is an 80 overall right now. He should be playing in the NHL. There we go. I got rid of Cam Talbot. I traded him to some random team I don't even remember, but now Dustin Wolf, 84 overall, 23 years old. Honestly, I'm going to put you as a starter. Hopefully, Swayman and Wolf pretty much split the games the entire year. So, unfortunately, the Nebraska Wieners are actually going to miss the playoffs at the end of year number 2 as as we go 37, 41, and 4. Good enough for 78 points. Washington was the best team in the NHL, winning 52 games, followed by Colorado. Tampa Bay was up there, Boston and Dallas at the bottom. The Philly, Chicago, Winnipeg, Detroit, San Jose. Where were we at here? We were the 25th best team. Max Domi's going to lead our team in scoring with 64 points, followed by Girard's 59. William Karlsson had 56. Toffoli 53. Tarasenko had a very bad season. Wenberg 43. O'Reilly only 41. For goals on our team, Tarasenko is going to lead with 27, followed by Toffoli's 26. Domi had 21 and Riley 21. Swayman yet again played 61 games, going 25, 30, and 4. 2 shutouts and not the greatest stats. Meanwhile, Dustin Wolf only played 26 games, but was pretty good in those games. Yet again, Sidney Crosby is going to lead the entire NHL in points, this time with 129, followed by Malkin's 119. The duo is going crazy in this simulation. Jake Gensel was up there. Evgeny Kuznetsov had 112. Ovi 111. McDavid 106. Nylander was up there. Nylander in real life is going absolutely berserk. He's going to play himself into like a $13-12 million deal. Now for goals, Matthews is going to lead with 63, followed by Ovi 62. Kucherov had 53. Crosby was up there. Cole Caulfield had 49. Kaprizov, McDavid, Pasta, and Evgeny Malkin. And the Boston Bruins are going to go on and win the Stanley Cup as they beat Colorado in 6 games in the Stanley Cup final. Crosby is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy, while the Maurice Richard is going to go to Matthews. The Norris to Cale Makar, the Lady Bing to Kuznetsov. The Conn Smythe somehow is going to go to Jake DeBrusk out of all people. The Vezina to Linus Ullmark, and the Selke will go to yet again Anze Kopitar. So now it looks like on our team, our number 1 center is going to be William Eklund, 88 overall, 22 years old, still very young. So we got a bright future there. Tarasenko's an 86, Toffoli 85. The rest of our forward court is not the greatest. Honestly, Tarasenko, go up there on the first line, buddy. Defensively, we have Samuel Girard, Damon Severson still there. Chikrin, we picked up Jacob Chikrin in the offseason, 86 overall. A very good defender. Our D-core is honestly pretty good. And for goalies, we have Swayman and Dustin Wolf. The same overall. They are both 86 now. So Jeremy Swayman, sorry, buddy, but your starting job is gone. So yet again, the Nebraska Wieners are not going to be very good as we go 33, 42, and 7. Good enough for 73 points on the season. Second last, actually third last in our division. Again, a very bad regular season. This might take longer than I thought. New Jersey is going to be the best team. Tampa Bay won 58 games and didn't even end up finishing as the best team in the entire league. Holy hell. Montreal was up there. Colorado, New York, Edmonton at the bottom. We have the Arizona Coyotes, Philly, Anaheim, Vegas, Washington, and Nebraska. Tarasenko is going to lead our team in scoring, 36 goals and 74 points, followed by Eklund 69, Toffoli 52, Karlsson 46, Wenberg 44. Not a lot of scoring going on our team. Dustin Wolf is going to go 18, 29, and 3. Not the greatest stats whatsoever. The good news is he did play 54 games. He's up to an 86 now. Nikita Kucherov and Cole Caulfield are going to tie for the most points in the NHL at 110, followed by Crosby's 103. DeBrincat had 103. Brady Tkachuk was up there. Mark Scheifele. Nick Suzuki had a 100-point season. Now for goals in the NHL, Kucherov's going to lead with 61, followed by Matthews 56. Cole Caulfield had 55. Haydar, who was a Zane Haydar, had 51. Crosby was up there. Ovechkin, Kaprizov, McKinnon, and Draisaitl. McDavid. Where the hell has Connor McDavid been? And somehow the Vancouver Canucks are going to go on and win the Stanley Cup as they sweep the Tampa Bay Lightning. Cole Caulfield is going to take home the Ted Lindsay and the Hart Trophy, while the Art Ross and Maurice Richard are going to go to Kucherov. The Norris to Adam Fox. The Lady Bing to Cole Caulfield. The Conn Smythe is going to go to Kuzmenko. The Vezina to Vanacek, and the Selke will go to yet again Anze Kopitar. So in the offseason, we would end up picking up Adrian Kempe, who's an 86, pretty decent overall player, and an older Joe Pavelski, still very good though, 87 overall, 42 years old though. Eklund is up to an 89 now. He might be our best player in a couple seasons. Defensively, literally the same. Nothing really has changed through the 4 or 3 seasons that we've done so far. And Dustin Wolf is a better overall than Jeremy Swayman, so he's going to be our starter. 25 years old, hitting his prime right now, so I need him to start. I need him to do good as well. Yet again, the Nebraska Wieners are not going to be very good, but we would just barely miss out on the playoffs. I mean, we finished with a record of 38, and 6, 82 points. 83 got into the playoffs. So again, not a great regular season, but we almost did make the playoffs. New Jersey was the best team in the NHL, winning 58 games, followed by the Rangers. Edmonton was up there, Colorado, and Boston. At the bottom, we have Arizona, Philly, Detroit, Seattle. Where were we at here in the NHL? 21st best team in the entire NHL. Not bad at all. Joe Pavelski is going to lead our team in scoring with 67 points, followed by by Eklund, 61. Domi had 54. Adrian Kempe, 53. Toffoli was up there. William Karlsson, only 40. Tarasenko, only 39. He did have 21 goals, though. Joe Pavelski, a 42-year-old Joe Pavelski, is going to lead our team in goal scoring with 28 goals. What is going on, boys? Dustin Wolf is going to go 25, 24, and 5. 7 shutouts and pretty good stats on the season. Definitely carried us. The greatest player of all time, Nathan MacKinnon, is going to lead the NHL in scoring with 112 points. Followed by Jesper Bratt's 108. Jack Hughes had 108. Patrick Kane was up there, 38 years old. Svechnikov, 102. Marchand. Timo Meier had a 100-point season. And for goals, Matthews and Robertson are going to tie at 53 goals apiece, followed by Passes, 51. Haydar had 50. McDavid was up there. Jarrett McCann, Rantanen, Draisaitl, and Stammer. And yes, Dustin Wolf is going to lead the entire NHL in shutouts with 7. 2 more than Sorokin, who came in second place. Also, Jake Ottinger had 5. And the greatest team of all time, the Colorado Avalanche, are going to go on and beat the Florida Panthers in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Nathan MacKinnon is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy, while the Maurice Richard is going to go to Matthews and Robertson. The Norris to Cale Makar yet again. Lady Bing to Jack Hughes. The Conn Smythe is going to go to Mikko Rantanen. The Vezina to Sorokin, and the Selke will go to Hanze Kopitar yet again, but instead he's on the Winnipeg Jets. So we pretty much have the same exact roster as we had last season. Zach Benson is up to an 86 overall now. Joe Pavelski has fallen off the face of the earth. I mean, he is 43 years old, so that's kind of to be expected. Defensively, yeah, we did not get any better. And in goals, Dustin Wolf is going to be an 88 overall. He also has an X factor now, so he should perform a lot better. I mean, 7 shutouts last year. What more can you ask from the man? Unfortunately, yet again, the Nebraska Wieners are going to end up finishing 3rd last in their division as we go 32, 44, and 6. Only 70 points on the season. So yeah, we are stuck in a rut right now. We have not made the playoffs for like 3 years, I believe. Colorado was the best team in the NHL, winning 57 games. The Rangers also won 59 at the bottom of the NHL. We were the 28th best team in the entire NHL. That is not good. 28 out of 33. Yet again, Vladimir Tarasenko is going to lead our team not only in goals with 36, but points with 61. He was also a minus 23. Domi had 54. Eklund, 52. Pavelski had a 50-point season. Drake Batherson, I didn't even know he was on the team, had 48 points. Dustin Wolf is going to go 28, 35, and 6. 3 shutouts and not the greatest stats, honestly. He was a lot better last season. But I mean, overall, our team did not have a very good season whatsoever. We were pretty bad. Nathan MacKinnon is yet again going to lead the entire NHL in scoring, this time with 115 points, followed by McDavid's 113. Rantanen had 110. Jesper Bratt was up there. Marner, Kaprizov, Pasta, Caulfield. For goals, Zibanejad is going to lead the way with 57. Him and McDavid would each tie. So McDavid had a bounce-back season. Matthews was there. Kaprizov, Pasta. Edward Cam, I don't know who this guy is, but had 52 goals. Must be a creative player. Haydar was up there as well. And the Chicago Blackhawks are going to go on and win the Stanley Cup as they sweep the New York Islanders in the Stanley Cup Final. Yet again, Mac Daddy is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy, while the Maurice Richard is going to go to McDavid / Zibanejad. Cale Makar is going to win the Norris, the Lady Bing to Jesper Bratt, and the Conn Smythe is going to go to Connor Bedard. The Vezina to Vanacek, and the Selke will go to Elias Lindholm. So heading into our next season, oh my god, we picked up this Edward Cam guy in the offseason, 95 overall, 21 years old. Are you kidding me? How did we even get this guy? He scored 52 goals last season, 98 points, still very young in the NHL. That is crazy. I've never seen the computer sign anybody that good in my history of simulating or even playing franchise mode. He should definitely help out our roster. The rest of our forward core is honestly not the greatest. Defensively, we are honestly getting worse year by year. And for goalies, our starting goalies, Dustin Wolf, 87 overall. All I'm hoping for is this Edward Cam guy can carry us. 95. He's immediately one of the best players in the entire league. And you already know what that means. Edward Cam, you are the first ever captain of the Nebraska Wieners. There we go. Number 79, a very weird number, honestly. And still somehow we absolutely suck, as we were the second worst team in our division, going 32, 46, and 4. Only 68 points on the season. I mean, I don't really understand. We literally picked up one of, if not the best player in the entire league. Carolina was the best team, 56, 22, and 4. And at the bottom, we have the Washington Capitals. We were not far behind though, boys. Edward Cam is going to lead our team in goals with 43 and points with 99, followed by Eklund, 64. Benson had 59. Tarasenko, 56. Adrian Kempe was okay, I guess. Max Domi, Batherson. Dustin Wolf is going to go 24, 35, and 2. 1 shutout, a 906 save percentage, and a 23, 22, GAA, not very great. Austin Matthews is going to end up leading the entire NHL in goals. Actually, him and Robertson would tie in goals, but he would lead in points with 122. Followed by Robertson, McDavid, Eichel, and Marty Necas. Now for the goal side, Hassett was up there with 58, Haydar 54, McDavid 53, and Svechnikov 53. The Carolina Hurricanes are going to go on and sweep the Dallas Stars in the Stanley Cup Finals. Austin Matthews is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, Maurice Richard, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy, while the Norris to Cale Makar, the Lady Byng to Nick Suzuki, and the Conn Smythe is going to go to Marty Necas. The Vezina is going to go to Vanacek yet again, and the Selke will go to Edward Cam of the Nebraska Wieners. Shout out to our superstar. Literally the only positive of the season. So it looks like Eklund now is up to a 90 overall. We still have Edward Cam, who's a 95, and Zach Benson, who's an 86. Our second line overall is pretty decent. Our third line pretty good as well. Now defensively, we literally have not changed anything besides Noah Hannafin coming in, 85 overall, 32 years old. We really need a number one defender, and Dustin Wolf is still an 87 overall, and Swayman's an 86. So finally, the Nebraska Wieners are back in the playoffs as we end up finishing 4th in the Pacific, going 45, 34, and 3, good enough for 93 points on the season. The Devils were the best team in the entire NHL, winning 60 games, followed by Toronto, Chicago, Edmonton, Colorado. Where were we at here? Please give me a good record. The 14th best team in the entire NHL. That's not bad at all, considering how we've been bad for like 4 or 5 years at this point. Edward Cam is going to lead our team in goal scoring with 47 goals and 88 points, followed by Zach Benson's 80, Eklund had 72, Tom Wilson 56, Girard 56, Frost 53. Dustin Wolf is going to go 33, 27, and 3, 2 shutouts, and really not great stats whatsoever. I honestly expected him to be a lot better. I was hoping he was going to grow to like a 90 overall, but it seems like he's capping off at an 87. Austin Matthews is going to, oh my god, he scored 70 goals and 128 points. That is insane. Followed by Nick Suzuki's 115. Caulfield was up there. Nylander had a good season. Marner, Ray Lewis, Maxwell Lewis for goals in the NHL. Other than Matthews, McKinnon came in second, 56 goals, followed by Caulfield's 55, Robo 53, and Bedard 52. And in the first round of the playoffs, we are going to have to play the Edmonton Oilers. And somehow the Nebraska Wieners have made the Stanley Cup Finals. We are up against the Toronto Maple Leafs. We went 7 in the very first round with the Oilers, 7 against the San Jose Sharks, and then 7 against the greatest team of all time in the Colorado Avalanche. I have no idea how we pulled off 3 Game 7 victories. And the Nebraska Wieners go on and win their very first Stanley Cup in their franchise's history. And somehow the Nebraska Wieners are going to go on and win their very first Stanley Cup in their franchise's history as we defeat the Toronto Maple Leafs in 6 games in the finals. I honestly have no idea how we did it. I mean, our team I don't think is really the greatest in the league right now, but we sneaked into the playoffs and we defeated Toronto in the final. There it is, our captain Edward Cam winning the Conn Smythe, and there it is, the Stanley Cup being raised in my home state of Nebraska as the Wieners have finally gone on. How long has it taken us? 7 years to get here, I believe. Here's our captain Edward Cam, the 95 overall that we picked up in free agency, finally lifting the Stanley Cup for the Nebraska Wieners as we finally get it done. Now for the playoffs, Edward Cam obviously is going to lead our team in goals with 12 and points with 25. He was by far our best player. Eklund had 24 points. Zach Benson 22, Girard 19, Kempe was up there, Max Domi, and Morgan Frost. Let's see how Dustin Wolf did. 16, 10, and 1, 1 shutout, and pretty good stats. I mean, the save percentage is good. The goals against, not so much. And there it is, the Nebraska Wieners are Stanley Cup champions. Austin Matthews is going to take home every single major individual award. The Norris is going to go to Adam Fox, the Lady Byng to Cole Caulfield, obviously the Conn Smythe to Cam, the Vezina to Spencer Knight, and the Selke is going to go to Elias Pettersson of the Vancouver Canucks. And that is going to do it for this video, boys. It has taken the computer 7 long years to build a Stanley Cup contending roster after we basically picked all of the players from the expansion draft. I thought we did a pretty good job. We started out very hot, then we cooled off, missed the playoffs for like 4 straight years, and then we finally won the Stanley Cup. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy. By the way, I would like to say that our captain, Edward Cam, has the worst hairline I have ever seen a hockey player have. But I mean, shout out to him, Captain Conn Smythe, Stanley Cup winner.